Hello guys, we are in a new season and probably there's a lot of you that started a new account or many people coming out that's about to start the game overall. So what I wanted to do is go through a wish list that is current and my thoughts about it. On top here we have Lightbearers, and I think the priority still is you go for Sonya, you go for one Rowan copy here, then you can swap Rowan out for Siren for example. And then when either Sonya or Siren is completely built, you swap back and you get your Rowan up. And if you finish both of them pretty quickly, you can like put in Rowan like that. And you can also put in Vala. But for now, when you're starting out, you should do it like this. We still want to go for Sinbad here. He's a really good A-level hero in general, good at bosses and been used back and forth a bit in the last season. We then have Hugin, who's also really great, and he's really good at AFK stages for most part. And after you guys have finished either Sinbad or Hugin, it's a hard call, because there's like no one that really shines after that anymore, and no one has been standing out. Maybe Mirel and Lucius perhaps, so you have a bit more tankiness, but other than that, it's really hard with the Lightbearers right now, because many of them has fallen off. We then get into Mauler, and now with twins being out, and if you're new to the game, you might not know who the twins are, but they are a celestial unit, and we'll get to them later on. But now that they're coming out, Mikola is being used less and less, so I would recommend you getting one copy of Mikola from here as well, just so you have it. She has some utility every now and then, but then you go for Shakir. He's actually popping off and a really great hero in a lot of different stuff. He's really great in bosses, he's really great in PvP, and he got a bit more utility and it's used way more often. So after you got in one Mikola, swap her out and get that Shakir. So we then have Smokey, probably one of the best heroes through the entire AFK Journey story, because once you get him to Mythic Plus, he also starts to deal damage based on the enemy's max HP. But to deal that damage, he needs to cast his ultimate 3 times, and on that 3rd time, you get that huge blue aroma that deals damage. So he's also really strong. On to Mauler's A tier. We have Coco and Odie that we're gonna start out with. They have also been, like, from the start being one of the best heroes in the game. Coco giving that damage reduction, really great in bosses in pre-season and also in the seasons where you need that damage reduction because you aren't high enough resonance level yet. Really great. Odie really great at executing heroes. He's been falling on and off a bit when it comes to at least seasonal content, but he's still really great in AFK stage pushing and early PvP. And what you can do with him is manual his ulti and target the enemies like healers and damage dealers. But then we get to who you should go after that, and I don't know about Gerda, to be fair. We're gonna get a bit of a rework, or Soren is gonna get another ability in this season, I believe. But for now, I think Kruger and Seth, either or, is a really good option. Getting some Krugers up is never wrong, because he reduces physical defense of whoever he uses ultimate on. So getting a few copies of him up can be great for you when you're having other heroes like Shakir and other physical damage dealers. And maybe then go for Seth. We then jump down to Wilder, and here when it comes to the S tiers, it's kinda hard to know who you should be pulling for. But what I would do if I started out right now, because Lily May isn't that great anymore. Lily May has fallen off a bit when it comes to bosses, and she's still used a lot in PvP. But if you aren't a huge spender, I would actually just recommend getting one copy of her. because even at 1 copy, she has this passive where she interrupts the first ultimate that the enemies cast. So you can still utilize her in PvP and so on. And after you got 1 copy of her here, you can go and get Tassie instead. I think that's a really great option you have. And after you finish building either Aaron or Tassie, you can start focusing on Lily May instead, or go back to her. And after that, I think you should go for either Lorsan or Hewin are great here. It's all up to you. Hewin is a bit more of a healer. Lorsan also does some healing and some damage, but we then go on to the A tiers in the Wilders. And here, it's a bit of a question mark on how you should go this. But I still believe that you should go for Almus and Faramore here. They are really great. Almost being a bit of a tank, and the first time his HP gets really low, he jumps to the backline instead and doesn't die. And still helps out your team with throwing rocks and stunning enemies. Faramore, I haven't tested him out myself in the preseason stuff yet, but I think he's a great AFK stage pusher in general. And also on bosses and some Primal Lord, he will be great because he deals true damage based on HP lost. So he's really great. After you finish Almus and Faramore, I recommend going back to the classic, going Arden and Damien. Arden giving great control and also combos really great with Almus when he's finished. And Damien is bringing you more healing and you combine it up really well. So that was the Wilders, and last faction we're gonna cover in the wishlist is Graveborn. And this is going to be a bit controversial perhaps, but I think that you go Ludovic and then you grab 1 copy of Thoran. And the reason you want to get 1 copy of Thoran is the first time he dies, he actually respawns. And sure, he has his Mythic Plus ability. Once you get up to Mythic Plus, he can revive for a second time, so you got 3 lives. But that is not as important anymore, because King Croaker is out of the seasonal rotations when it comes to bosses. So I actually think going for Chimera after you got 1 Thoran copy is way better for your account. She's great in PvP, she's great on bosses. Like, at the end of the last season, she dealt a lot of damage and was in a lot of lineups actually. And the few pushing I've done now in the season so far has also been really great. But I'm getting a bit sidetracked. Now we have the Graveborn A tiers. I think the most obvious one is Bonnie. The second position is kinda all over the place. You can go Valkia, who's a bit more of a tanky hero, or you could go Callan, who's also a supportive tank is what I would call him, because he reduces damage your allies take by shielding them a bit and absorbing that damage onto himself. So you could go either or here. I think Valkia has a bit more utilization overall, but once you finish Bonnie, you could just go in with Callan, or you could go in with Sylvina as well. So these are your second A tier priorities. So these are the heroes you wanna start out with, putting in your wish list. And don't forget, 1 copy of Rowan, then you swap out to Siren. 1 copy of Lily May, then you can swap them to Tassie. Or if you really like Lily May, you can keep on going. But I think Tassie pushing is a bit stronger than what Lily May provides to your account overall. And then lastly we have 1 copy of Thoran, and then you swap him out for Chimera. So there we have the normal wish list covered. We're now gonna jump over to the epic one. So we then have the epic recruitment. And as you can see here, we have both Siren and Sonya up here. I think they're really great in the beginning, both of them. Siren is really good at AFK stage pushing, and Sonya is great at buffing your DPS and giving you more damage. Aaron is really great in PvP and bringing control to AFK stages. especially when he becomes Mythic Plus and he does his ultimate one time for free in the beginning of a fight. As I mentioned in the normal recruits, Smokey is one of the best heroes in the game and been it since the game came out. So we want to get him up to Mythic Plus as soon as possible. And then we also have the Chimera, who's really great and really strong at pushing. And when you gotten Sonya or Aaron up to Mythic Plus, that's when you can start swapping them out and getting all these other heroes. So Siren, Smokey, and Chimera. All three of these heroes you want to get to S+. So you will most likely finish building Sonya and Aaron to Mythic Plus first. So what I recommend doing then is swapping them out for Tassie and Shakir. And if you want to prioritize, you go Tassie first and then Shakir, with whoever gets finished first here. Like, even if you're just building Sonya and Aaron to Mythic Plus, maybe you still get more lucky and get more Siren copies. So then you swap the Siren out instead. And after those two, I would probably get in someone like Ludovic or Mikola, or maybe even Thoran. But this is things you will have to consider later on. But what heroes should go next after Shakir and Tassie in here as well? You will start building up your knowledge of the game, and you will probably know better on who you need. And we got them further into the season, and we know who the stronger heroes are. And we then get to Stargaze Station, and in here you really want to start pulling for the twins. They're really strong, they're a good support duo, and they boost allies and helps them out deal more damage and so on. But they're really great. So pull for the twins in here, and the reason I'm not just telling you to get one copy of like Freyasto in here is that if you high roll, you want to get them on twins first. So here you have the opportunity to get more copies. Like if we do a 10 bomb, we have the opportunity to get more copies, but with the guild medals. So when you're in a guild, you will get something called guild medals. And with those, you can also buy Celestial or Hypogean copies. So once you reach 30,000 or 30k of that resource, I would recommend you going in and getting one copy of Freyasto. Because if we go back to the heroes I've recommended right now, here, it's a bit scarce when it comes to tanks. And of course, he will use Almus, and Aaron will be a frontline as well. Once you get Shakir up, he will be in the front line also. But you really want the Pesto copy as well, so you have a frontline tank. And Pesto is also really great at King Croker, so this is for the people who's still in the preseason or starting out the game. So getting an early copy of Freyasto from the guild store is really great. And we also have the season store that we can talk a bit about, and where you can get copies from some of the heroes that I've already recommended. So you remember us just getting like one copy of the Lily May, and if you really need to get her up and you started getting to the season, you started gaining these tickets, you can buy copies from here as well to push your heroes up even further. So have that in mind as well. Sometimes you're getting really close on these season tokens, so you want to be careful not wasting, for example, epic invite letters on pulling any hero here. For example, maybe I'm getting really close and getting that Sonya up. Fine. If I'm really close at season tokens here, I could get her. But before, this is just an example. You still want to go for like the priority I've set. And the highest priority with the season token here is Tassie, Ludovic if you haven't finished him, Lily May, and then you can go for others if you want to. But also remember, these resets monthly as well. So if you still haven't finished your Tassie, Lily May, Ludovic, but you have season tokens over, don't go around and buying other hero copies here. You want to save it so you can finish these 3 really strong heroes. And I also forgot that we had the normal arena store as well. In the beginning, you really just want to save up your arena tokens, so you make sure that you can buy, once you get into the champion store, you can buy these weekly ones. You can buy all of these, because depending on when you start, these reset monthly as well. At least the top part. The champion store resets weekly, but you really want to make sure you can buy these out before you go any hero copies down here. But if you were to go any hero copies down here, what I could recommend you going is one Brutus copy. And after that, try and use the arena store to finish off heroes you haven't gotten up properly yet. So getting a Rowan copy here and there, but don't miss out on any Stellar Crystals. That's your main way to get Celestial and Hypogean copies. So don't go around and wasting them. It's really important for you. But that's it for this wishlist video, guys. I hope this is gonna help you out and making progress on your new AFK Journey accounts. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.